You forget a name in the middle of a sentence. You walk into a room and you have no idea why you're there. You're talking and then the next word, it just doesn't come. And this little voice starts up in the back of your head. Is this how it starts? If you've had that worry about yourself or about a family member, stay with me. That worry is real and it deserves an answer, not a wave off and not the scariest story your mind reaches for at 2 in the morning. Instead of ruminating, start making a plan. Hi, I'm Dr. Mamata Majmundar. I'm a family physician and I help families support someone they love as they get older, whether you're across town or across the country. There's an old saying in medicine, when you hear hoofbeats, think horses, not zebras. And all it means is don't jump straight to the rare, frightening thing. Here's the half people forget. Sometimes it is a zebra. So don't wave it off either. You just take a look. So let me tell you what I've seen over the years. Some of the most frightened people who've ever sat across from me were really worried about signs of Alzheimer's. And they were a lot younger, early on in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. And a lot of times that wasn't what was going on. Here's the thing about memory. All kinds of ordinary things can affect your memory. It could be stress, just being too stretched thin. It could be depression, anxiety, not sleeping well. Sometimes medications can cause it. Thyroid problems, electrolyte abnormalities, B12, all of those things. So sometimes your mind isn't losing information at all. It's just trying to figure out what's next. None of this means a memory worry is nothing. It means that more than one thing could be the cause. And some of those things we can actually look into. Your job isn't to figure it out all by yourself, whether it's serious or not. Your job is to get it looked at clearly, early by someone who can tell the difference. Oftentimes I see two things people do. They either panic or it's the opposite. They just avoid it. If you panic and you spiral, sometimes it can be for months and really no one's actually examined anything. And what I've mentioned before and we know is rumination is terrible for the brain. It's not the right solution that's there. So there's the opposite. You tell yourself that nothing's wrong. It's just age, it's just stress. You put the visit off. But really, if you could get identification early on, you could catch something. And we know that outcomes are better when it's identified early and it gives you time to plan. So both of those let fear make the call. An evaluation, they just take the call away from fear and hands it back to you. You're empowered. So what getting looked at actually means. So let me take the mystery out of that word evaluation. It's important that you have an evaluation and it's not a 2 to 3 minute visit. It's an actual visit scheduled with your doctor to talk about this thing that's important to you. Things that they might ask you would include when it started, whether it's happening more often, how's it showing up in your day-to-day work, in your driving, in your work activities, maybe your financial responsibilities. Are you able to continue your normal activities? Have other people been mentioning this to you? They'll take a look at your medications as well as supplements. Really important for people to know. So I recommend that when you go in to see your healthcare clinician, that you bring a list of all of your medications, including the over-the-counter medications or the supplements that you might forget that you've been taking. They'll ask you how you've been doing, your mood, your stress, your sleep. Sometimes they will even ask you about, has this ever happened before? And then part of that history taking, after that is done, is an examination. There might be some thinking and memory tests associated with it, and you may even have blood work where it might make sense. The point isn't just to rule out cognitive decline, it's to understand what's changed, what might be feeding it, and what you can do about it. Because oftentimes, if you can identify the root cause, it can be fixed. Whether it's not sleeping well, medication causes, thyroid or electrolyte abnormalities, maybe it's depression. I can't promise that for everyone, but it's a good reason not to let fear write the ending before you've even read the story. Be empowered and take action. So here's what you can do this week. It's simple. It doesn't take much. So if you've been carrying this thought about your own memory or about memory of someone you love, just jot down 3 things. What you've noticed, when it started, whether it's changing or getting in the way of everyday stuff. Then take those notes and a list of the medications and supplements, all of them, to your next doctor's visit. When you call to schedule an appointment, let them know exactly what you're being seen for. I wouldn't combine this with a physical exam or another issue. Memory is something that you want to have the whole visit for. And you just walk in, explain to them what's happening, and you get started. That's the whole assignment this week, is really not solving it, just getting started. If this helped, My newsletter, Safer, Steadier, Stronger, goes a little deeper every week. One clear physician-led idea to help you and the people you care for stay safer, steadier, and stronger. Links right below. And if a face popped up in your head while you were watching this, send this to them. Sometimes that's a little push that turns a worry someone's been carrying into an actual answer. I'm Dr. Mamata Majmundar. I'll see you next week. Take care of yourself.